Hi family, welcome back. It's Marin here, aka MJ. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. If you're new to the family, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I'm super excited. I have a couple more brands that I'm waiting to hear back from, and then I have this really awesome 100K giveaway for you all. I also want to say thank you for giving the videos that you like a thumbs up and keeping your conversations and comments below so that we can talk and hear all about it. And I do have a Q&A coming up for you guys here soon. So today I want to talk about just something that was rolling around in my mind and something that I didn't really notice that was happening subconsciously. And that is that I am kind of being a bad or hypocritical minimalist. What do I mean by this? Well, you guys know that we talk a lot about minimalism not only applying to possessions and materialistic things, but also applying to every aspect of life. From your thoughts, your actions, your habits, the people you hang out with, the time that you spend doing things. Minimalism can really transform your life if you continue to ask yourself, does this add value? If so, I'll keep it. If not, remove or replace it. Now, this reflection came about because of the hurricane. When Harvey hit, I was having this deep philosophical reflection, and not on purpose, it just kind of hit me. I thought to myself, wow, as I'm watching all these people carry their stuff in plastic bags or tubs, you know, in waist-high water, I was thinking it could all be gone in an instant. All of this stuff, all this time that we spent accumulating and buying and planning and putting it all, you know, together could be gone like that. And it was even more so real or more so true and just more so present of a reflection to me when Irma happened and then we decided to evacuate, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, what stuff do I want to bring in this house? What stuff do I need to bring? And I realized that all of it doesn't really matter. There were certain things that I wanted, but ultimately if something happened to them, all I really cared about was the safety, the security, and the health of myself and my family. So it kind of made me think, well, this makes me understand our grandparents, or, you know, the generations before us that seem to be a little more prone to hoarding or prone to holding on to things either sentimentally or things that might be of potential use. I know that my grandma and my grandpa are like that, and they've, you know, gone through 2 wars, and they've gone through depression and being in a third world country. And I realized that when Irma hit or Harvey hit and even Katrina hit, and there were problems and issues with people stealing and getting desperate, the things that at first we used to think added value to ourselves sort of switched. And now people are getting violent over gas, food, water, shelter, and people get really desperate, and we don't care about what we're wearing anymore. We just seek comfort and shelter. We don't care about, you know, what we're driving or who we're impressing. It's really just about the primal instinct to survive and to do it as efficiently as possible. And so going through this thought process, I began to think, wow, I'm sort of hoarding my ideals or my thoughts about how I want minimalism to be expressed in my life. And this was something that I noticed especially with Irma, because I was packing all my stuff and there was sort of this egoic thought like, I just set up that really nice corner bookshelf. What if that gets flooded? Or, like we just spent all this money on furnishing this house, and what if a hurricane just comes right through it? And I looked at my insurance and it doesn't cover water damage from natural disasters or anything like that. So I'm like, I'm not even covered by my insurance. So I just had this reflection on how I've been lately. We've moved into this new place. We've got, you know, this empty space that I'm responsible for furnishing, and I also want it to look great for my work. I do photography and commercial work, and I do a lot of filming within household environments. So I want it to look good for every brand and to fit across the board. And I've had opportunities where my mother-in-law or certain people are like, hey, do you want this piece of furniture, or could you use this? And my thought process is, yeah, I could use it for sure, but it's not my style. I'll just go get exactly what I want and where I want it and how I want it to look exactly. It doesn't matter. And now what I want to say before I go forward with this is, all I'm saying is that our ideals, our priorities need to be reevaluated or evaluated through the process of minimalism as well. Is this ideal going to add value? When it comes to work, having a certain image or a certain preparation for my clients to make sure that it comes out looking the best possible, of course that is a priority. But at the same time, in my own life, is it a priority if the bookshelf is exactly the way that I want, like the exact bookshelf, and that's gonna pull money out of my pocket? Or if I could refurbish a bookshelf that my mother-in-law gives me and maybe just add $15 of paint to it and it works exactly the way that I need it to for work, but not wasteful and also not reducing or backtracking from the goals that I have fiscally, be it investments, savings, or whatever I want to do with that money, or could serve better with that money, either donating or giving it to my family. This is going to be different for everybody. My brother is an interior designer and his home environment is non-negotiable. He still makes certain negotiations in that he loves to refab and find like antique furniture and do things with it to make it unique, and that's what is important to him. For myself, I'm not an interior designer, so I don't find value in buying semi-expensive furniture and then distressing it and putting all that time and energy into it, because it's not something I'm interested in. And really, I just need a few simple things to fit a very kind of broad criteria so that it works for my household and the job that I need to fulfill for my work. So I realized that it was kind of hypocritical for me and not adding value to me to use minimalism as an excuse to get exactly what I want, right? To say, oh, well, I'm a minimalist, so I need a dining room table, but I don't want that free table. I don't want that cheaper table. I want this super expensive, amazing, perfect table. It's gonna last me for 20 years. This is what I want. This is not a bad thing. I'm just letting you guys know that there is a point, and it comes between the conversation and the integrity or the honesty that you can have in reflecting with yourself. Is that really going to add value to your life right now? Is that going to serve your highest purpose, the goals, your priorities that you have for goals, your non-negotiables, right? So what I mean by non-negotiables is, for me, one of my non-negotiables is the health of me and my family. If I'm doing something, no matter how ideal it is, and a lot of you guys have experienced this with me and my health, no matter how ideal it is on so many levels, if it is not serving or adding value, and it's taking away, moreover, from my own health, which is taking away from my health, the health of my family, because my relationships are now affected, then that's something that I'm going to have to reevaluate and either remove or replace the best that I can to continue to add value to myself first, because I can't give what I don't have, right? So you have to make sure that you have health in order to promote health. You have love and happiness in order to share love and happiness. It's why on the airplane you put your oxygen mask on first, then put it on your child. So I just wanted to impose or sort of present this reflection and invite you to reflect with me, because it's something that has been on my mind. Ultimately, minimalism is a personal journey between you, and creating, and the ability to create your life, to mold and improve and reflect upon every moment, every opportunity, every experience we have is a chance for us to say, does this add value? How can this add value to me? So eventually, in turn, I can add value outward. You'll find that if you are complete in what you feel like, when you're fulfilled, you know, what adds value to you, you're complete in all areas of your life, from your health to your wealth, to your relationships, to your environment. When you feel fulfilled in all those areas, there's no place else to go, and you don't even have to try. It just automatically happens that you begin to just permeate or sort of leak extra value out onto others. It just happens. So I really thank you guys for hearing these thoughts. I hope that they all make sense, because I know I was just kind of running through my story and what I am thinking about it, and to just sort of impose, or to propose, I should say, a reflection and just a thought on where maybe there's certain areas of ideas or wants or desires that are conflicting with your priorities. I do believe that you can have it all, but I don't think that necessarily means possession-wise. I think having it all is really feeling freedom, fulfilledness, happiness, love, connectivity. I think when you have all those things, all the other stuff kind of is just for fun. It's the icing on the cake. It doesn't really matter how it shows up or expresses itself, and you realize it's always changing. You know, today it might be nice to live in Hawaii and enjoy that sort of lifestyle, and tomorrow it might be nice to move to Florida and be a little bit busier. It was so nice for us to take a week break and enjoy the quietude and the distance of Ohio out in those fields. Just having a really dark, quiet nighttime was super, super nice. But after a week, I was really enjoying coming back and feeling the hustle and bustle of this area and being with friends and being comfortable in my own routine. So it's the journey, really, at the end of the day, that we are able to mold and grow with and experience. It's all about experience, not stuff, right? Not stuff, not fulfilling necessarily a perfect or particular idea. We always hear that cliche notion that it's all about the experience. But I guess ultimately, at the end of the day, what I realize is that it's easy sometimes to even get hung on a certain outcome or an idea. And it's important for us to keep that in mind and to question that as well. So anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know what your thoughts are below. Are there any things that you can reflect on right now that you feel like you might be hypocritical on, or might be able to let go a little bit so that you can add more value to your goals or to your priorities in life? Let me know in the comments below, because I love hearing from you guys. And again, thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys in the next video.